Hello, Assalamu alaikum. Can you hear me?
Walaikum salam, yes.
Okay, now we have the day. Did you make some revision? I hope you made the revision by now, or you're planning to revise now. What you did today?
Today I just did some questions that I got wrong before. I just did that in the morning and then I just reviewed my notes.
Okay, you have revised the notes.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. And have you revised all the formulas?
Yeah.
That's very good. And tomorrow it's a morning paper, right?
Yeah.
Hmm. Okay, that's good. Uh, Last time we were doing as our in our recent work, we were doing the questions that we were doing the questions from the from the papers that are in 2017 and 18 range. And I hope our 20 to 24 papers are complete right now. Are they complete? 20 to 24 papers, are all of them complete?
Yeah.
Including H and HR both?
Yeah.
Hmm. That's a good, mashallah, that's a good thing. Then we should check this paper June 18, paper 1H. Check this paper June 18, paper 2H. No, sorry, paper 1H. Um, paper 1H, June 18, paper 1H. Paper, I show you the first question, then we can compare that.
Yep,
I
I
had,
opened.
you have done it?
Yeah. No, I've opened it.
You haven't done it. Okay. Acha, I had shared with you the graphs chapter notes. Graph is the only chapter which is a very challenging chapter. I hope you have seen those PDFs, save my exam notes, and they are very good. The graph notes are very well combined. So do look at them, and they are really helpful. So sometimes that these type of recall, like translation, reflection, and our all the things. Even we had made our notes also, but it's better if you can identify some tough topics, and you can go, especially the graphs. Actually, you remember the sequence and series formulas? Sorry, the topic differentiation integration. I hope is well. Mensuration formulas.
Yeah.
Okay, so now this is June 18. This looks to be a good question. June 18, paper is 1H. Question number 20. He says ABC is an isosceles triangle such that AB is equal to AC. A has coordinate 4, 37. B and C lie on the line with equation 3y is equal to 2x plus 1. Line of symmetry is the line which divide a figure just in between. It divides into equal halves such that the two halves are foldable on each other like our two hands. If you put them side by side, if I put our two hands side by side, they are actually symmetrical to each other. So AB is equal to AC. A has coordinate 4, 37. So if we make a rough triangle where AB is equal to AC, we can make our discussion. AB is equal to AC. This is A, this is B. And we suppose that AB is equal to AC. This is a rough drawing. And A has coordinate 4, 37. This is 4, 37. B and C, B and C lie on the line 3y is equal to 2x plus 27. So now this is my diagram. So how can I do this question?
I think we would find we would assume that M is the midpoint of BC, and then we would find the gradient of AM, which would be perpendicular to the gradient of BC.
This is right because this line is coming, the line BC, the equation of BC is given. So we can find the gradient of the line BC. I have modified my triangle because my equation is having a positive gradient. So I have changed my triangle like this. So now I have the equation and he says B and C, the line of symmetry of the triangle ABC. So you have a plan, so you should start that plan. If we find the perpendicular and we find the gradient, And we need the line of symmetry, so we can do one thing, that we can find a line which is Cy is equal to 3y is equal to 2x plus 12, 2x plus 12, and B and C. We need the line of symmetry. So if you draw a line of symmetry, it will be perpendicular. It will be perpendicular to thing. If we find, we have the 4 comma 37, we find the gradient from 3y, and we get a gradient 2 upon 3. So the next gradient will be minus 3 upon 2. AP is equal to line of symmetry. AP is equal to line of symmetry. So 3y is equal to 2x plus 12. Y is equal to 2 upon 3x, 12 upon 3. Y is equal to 2 upon 3x plus 4. Y is equal to mx plus c. So m is equal to 2 upon 3. So the gradient will be the gradient. My line of symmetry is AP. So AP will be minus 3 upon 2. So did you find the equation, the line of symmetry, equation of the line of symmetry?
Yeah.
And okay. And what equation you are getting?
I got 3x plus 2y is equal to 86.
And you use the point 4 comma 37, right?
Yeah.
Hmm. Now start this question number 19. Jack plays a game with two fair spinners. Spinner A can land on the numbers 2 or 3 or 5 or 7. Spinner B can land on the number 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6. Acha, one odd number and the other spinner lands on an even number. Jack plays the game twice. Work out the probability that Jack wins the game both times. What should be the plan? We have 2, 3, 5, 7 spinner A. So the probability of odd in the odd and even, an odd number and even number. So if we work out our spinner A, the probability of getting an odd number, the total numbers on the spinner is 1, 2, 3, 4 numbers, 2, 2, 3, 5, 7. So one odd, sorry, 3 odd and 1 even. So it will be 1 odd will be 3 upon 4, odd will be 3 upon 4, and even will be 1 upon 4. And similarly, now work out B. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 3, 4, 5 numbers. Three or five. There are two odd numbers, 3 and 5. So there are two odd numbers and there are 3 even numbers. So now what's the plan you're doing?
What I did was I did odd and even, and then I multiplied the probability, then I did even and odd and multiplied the probability, then I added the answers together.
So first you multiply them and you double them, or in the end what you do? Because he wins the game if one spinner land on an odd number and the other. He's not specifying A and B. So when he says that he is going to win, he wins. The win option is one is odd. So odd, even, or even odd. So you told me that you are doing 3 upon 4 from the first, odd on the first, and even on the second. 3 upon 4 into 3 upon 5 plus 1 upon 4 into 2 upon 5. It's coming to be 11 upon 20 for one time winning. Achha, he's saying that he is winning twice. So if it is winning twice, so I have to repeat the win twice. So it will be 11 upon 20 into 11 upon 20. So 121 upon 400. Observe this working.
I got it.
Are you getting the same answer or different?
Yeah, same.
Good. The diagram shows the curve with equation y is equal to fx, the coordinates of the minimum point of the curve, -2, -1. Write down the coordinates of the minimum point of the curve with equation x minus 5. So do you remember that master sheet of graphical transformation?
Yeah.
So now I hope that there's a minus inside the bracket. That sheet is really, really helpful. And I have used it everywhere whenever we are discussing. So this sheet is really helpful. Actually, you should try to revise it today, especially because the graphical solution is a very common question. I have posted it again. So can you recall that Now, what is f bracket x minus 5? Is it a horizontal translation?
Yeah. It's to the right.
Very good. When you're moving something horizontally, the x coordinate will change and y coordinate will not change. So it will be -2. You're moving it to the right. So -2 plus 5, but -1 won't change. So my point is -2 -1 -2 plus 5 is equal to 3 -1, no change. So it will be minus, it will be 3 and -1. Half fx. There is a number before. There is a number before the function, and that number is between 0 and 1. The number is between 0 and 1. This is the number between 0 and 1. It means it is going to be a stretch or going to be a shrink.
It's gonna be shrink.
You have to see that sheet. It's really helpful in that. It's a vertical. It's a vertical shrink. It's between 0 and 1. Vertical shrink by a factor of A. Here I should write 2. The shrink by a factor 1/2. Actually, when you say 1/2, it's already basically it's a shrink concept. So when you are shrinking it, half means actually you are multiplying by half, and when you multiply something by half, it will actually decrease it. So that's a logical word to use. So some people write 2, some people write half. The main concept is halving it. So now what will be the next? What will be the point? When you are doing a vertical shrink, it means you're taking it up and down. It's a vertical shrink. So my point is -2 -1. So I will tell the examiner that, look, this is my x, this is my y, -2, no change, and -1. So I should multiply it by half. -0.5. So it will be -2 minus half. The graph of y is equal to a sine x minus b whole power degree plus c. So this letter a is actually, in our language, it is the amplitude. This minus b is actually horizontal horizontal translation, horizontal translation B unit right. Acha, what is plus C? Plus C means vertical translation up. So now we have made this working for our memory. This is the working and the domain is minus 90 to 450. So now look at this graph. He says find the value of A, the value of B, and the value of C. So A is the amplitude. If I draw a virtual axis, I mean the x-axis here. Now this number is 1. So this is the virtual axis. So from here you can find the amplitude. You can find the amplitude from this point, the height of the graph. There are 1, 2, 3, 4 boxes up. So can you tell me what is the possible amplitude?
2.
4. Okay. Amplitude is now this is typically a sine graph. This is typically a sine graph, and this is typically a sine graph, and it has been shifted to the right. It is minus B. So it has been shifted to the right. It's a sine graph. Acha, if it is a sine graph, it means that how much they have moved it to the right. So it appears like this. Oh, actually, amplitude, I'm making a mistake. This is not count of the 1 till 3. Oh, sorry. This is a mistake. Actually, you know what? The scaling is not 1 on 1. The BA will be equal to 3 minus 1 is equal to 2. Now, this is the correction. Now, find the translation. What is the real shape? Graphical transformation is very, very challenging. Always it's challenging. So whenever you come across a question like this, or whenever today, if you get the time, so you should do revise the sketch work. We have made the notes on this topic in detail, especially the trigonometry notes you should revise. Achha, now if this is the normal sketch, normally what happens, sine curve is like this is a regular sine curve. Now he says he has shifted it to the left. shifted it to the right. So we have to see that how much it has shifted. Normally, this is the graph, and this is 180, this is 360. So now it is my one cycle. Look at the graph shape. So now you can see how much it has been shifted, the above graph which he has drawn. How much this graph has been shifted up. If you see the original axis is X, so can you tell me from X axis how much shifted up?
It's been shifted up by 1.
Yes, shifted up by 1 unit. So C is equal to 1. I have the C, I have the 2. Now I have to work again on my horizontal. Normally horizontal translation is a bit tricky. I have drawn the normal sketch. So just imagine if you want to shift it to the right, that much right, that this number comes down. So this knob comes down, which is the lower part of the graph. So you have to shift it that much on the right. The original graph is actually, if I show you here, look, this is the, or I make an arrow here. This is the original position. This position has been shifted this much here. Look, this is the shift. So now can you tell me in terms of angle, how much is the shift?
90.
Yes. So actually they have shifted 90 degree to the right. So B is equal to 90 degree. Now a diagram is there. Look at this question. Please start this question. I'm just coming in a minute. You have to solve question number 17. 17. Find the first point. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
We have AB, we have AC. So first we should try to find BC. AC is 10, 11 minus AB is 2, 7. It is 8 and 4. So we can find this from this side. He says find the coordinates of the point C. We have the coordinates of B. OB is 5, 8 because remember the coordinates of O are always 0, 0. Now you have to make the equation OB plus BC is equal to OC. I'm trying to find, I have OB, which is 5, 8, plus BC, which is 8, 4, is equivalent to OC. My OC is coming 13, 12. So the coordinate of C will be, again, O is 0, 0. So 13, 12. Look at this one. Hello, can you hear me? What about the second part?
For the second part, so far I found AE.
And if it's a straight line, it should be ratio-wise the same. The point E has coordinates 63, 11. So you have the vector A, B, 2, 7. Okay. A, B is equal to 2, 7. I am willing to find BE. Now solve this working.
It's 58 and 203.
I got the BE. 58 and 203. Can we take something common from 58 and 203?
29 is in common.
After common, they become the same. So I will tell the examiner that look, AB is parallel to BE. B is a common point. So A, B, E are on a straight line. So now this is the here comes mensuration. A frustum is made by removing a small cone from a large cone. The cones are mathematically similar. Similar figures are in our course in a way that they can be having a common ratio. So now the large cone has base radius r, volume of the frustum, given that expression in terms of h for the height of the frustum. So what's the formula for similar figure? V1 upon V2 is equal to L1 upon L2 whole cube. '98 upon 125. So can you find the volume of the smaller cone? Larger cone is equal to 125. So what would be the volume of the smaller cone? We know the frustum, the total bigger volume is 125. So volume of the smaller cone will be equal to volume of larger cone minus volume of frustum. So volume of larger cone is 125 minus frustum is 98. How much is this?
27.
Okay, that's good. Now we can go for the ratio. V1 upon V2. So the larger cone upon smaller cone, 27 upon 125. Now, can you tell me what should I do now? Height
Now
of
we
the so I
we
can
would
find so I
we
can
would cube
find
root
the
it.
ratio of the volume. Let me show you. Please go ahead.
We would cube root it so that the scale factor would be 3 upon 5.
So we can get the ratio in this way. Look at this. Height of height of larger cone and smaller cone. I have the two heights now. Let me tell the examiner that this is the height of the frustum. Let me say it is X. So do you think the height of frustum will be the difference of the two heights? What do you think? This is the bigger cone H. Let me call it H1. No, bigger cone is H1 or smaller cone? Just a minute. Smaller cone, bigger cone is H2. This is the, I have the bigger cone, it is H2. Let me call here, this is my smaller cone and it will be H1. So my plan is there that I should do H2 minus H1. So X will be equal to 5 minus 3, which is 2. This is X. So now see this working.
But aren't we supposed to find it in terms of H?
Right. You're right. So make it an equation. The formula will not change, but you're right. We shouldn't get it in number form. So it will be 3H1 is equal to 5H2 and X is equal to, I'm taking H2 for H, X is equal to H2 minus H1. So I'm taking H as the bigger cone. Now this is my H1. Now apply this in the equation. So it is X is equal to H2 minus H1. So I can replace it here, H2 minus 5 upon 3 H2. X is equal to, something is, the bigger cone is H2 and smaller is H1. But why I'm getting a negative answer here. H1 is smaller cone. H1 is a smaller cone. Oh, my cross multiplication error. Okay, now it's right. And in our supposition, H2 is H. So X is equal to 2 upon 5H. So see this working? Tell me what answer you are getting.
I got the same.
Good. So now we are stopping here and you are supposed to revise graphs, especially that you should revise all the notes on the graphs and you have the topical books also. And I suggest to do some questions on some topical questions, selected one question on each topic. You have a topical PDF also. And if you get any query, you can always ask me on WhatsApp. We can even put another class by the night if needed. But do revise all the notes, especially the sheet I have sent you right now. Similarly, there are mensuration formulas also to memorize. Okay, so we are stopping here and we will inshallah talk again once the paper is done. So Allah Hafiz.
And